I love this day. This whole afternoon has been maybe one of my favorite memories since I've been here.
Not one time in 13 episodes has somebody opened that door.
Lucky number 13. Lucky number 13.
Hey, welcome to Beyond the Cove. This is episode 13.
Lucky number 13.
Uh-oh. So it's not just us this time. We've got RJ on the podcast, in the group, and we are debriefing Easter. Happened yesterday. A lot of moving parts in that. Luke didn't want to do the introduction because he's like taking a nap over here. He's so tired.
Very sleepy. Easter hangover.
That's right. RJ, tell us what you do here at Fruit Cove.
Yeah, so I get to serve as pastor of discipleship here at Fruit Cove. So I work primarily with our adults here at the church, investing in community, developing disciples, seeking to mobilize disciples, and just investing in just that familial culture here at Fruit Cove.
Love it.
Yeah.
And you've been here just a little bit longer than I have.
Yeah, like 3 weeks. People still think I'm you.
What?
Yeah, all the time. Hey, Luke. I'm like,
No way.
hey.
Luke, your beard is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't have. I could never pull off that beard. That's
okay.
That's really good. Yes. Yes, Lord.
I love this day. This whole afternoon has been maybe one of my favorite memories since I've been here.
Not one time in 13 episodes has somebody opened that door.
Lucky number 13. Lucky number 13.
All right, let's keep going. I think we can do it.
I don't even know what we're doing now.
It's RJ. That's great, man.
So glad you're here. Glad we get confused with one another.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's called me RJ.
No, the amount of times I've been asked where I lived in Tennessee or...
Really?
Hey, you're from Tennessee, right? I'm like...
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I get it.
We're glad you're here, man.
I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad you're both here.
I want to go to maybe a hot take, and let's talk about like what your favorite Easter moment was this past weekend.
Is that a hot take?
That can be our hot take. What's your favorite Easter moment this weekend?
Besides the over-the-top final Easter egg hunt at my in-laws' house, which was great.
Oh,
but
nice.
stressful. But here at the church was having the opportunity to baptize a guy named Devin.
Yeah.
Who I got to meet with at the end of last week. And, you know, it was a very sweet moment, but unexpected. I thought that he was just kind of in line to just be baptized by Jason or Brian, who was kind of scheduled for the first session, but requested me to come over and do it. And it was just like wow, this is just a really cool moment, and super happy and privileged to be able to participate in that.
Very cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
What about you, Pastor Heath?
Mine's from Good Friday. I love getting to be a part of all the things, seeing everything on campus, but I'm always, like you, it's just go, and change the rhythm of Good Friday a little bit. And Pastor Jake stepped in and did the Lord's Supper. And so I just got to come and sit down by Casey and the girls and take the Lord's Supper with my family, which is not a normal thing for me. And so that was just special. Just on a personal note, I really enjoyed getting to do that with them. Yeah. But then I think the baptisms, just overall, seeing the families and the community so there. Cool. The trough baptisms in the pavilion, they're different.
Yeah.
You don't see them up on up high or with the screens. You're not distant, like you're right there. And so you see the mamas and the grandparents and the families all gathered around. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you don't even have to wait till next Easter to get baptized. Like some churches have the idea, let's do a baptism Sunday once a month and cluster people, but the more we can have markers like that and being able to tell the story of what God's doing in people's life, if we had a baptism every Sunday, even if it's just one, like we're going to do it. We want to have
a vibrancy marker.
Yeah, it is.
Like, that's vitality in the church. It's
cool. There's a pastor. He actually attends here, retired pastor. His questions, like not, have you gotten people from another church lately? But has anybody gotten saved lately? Like, is there water in the baptistry? Do you have to refill it all the time? Like, yes, we want to have that. We had a little one come forward at the end of one of the services to get baptized. Somebody else was watching the baptisms and started having the conversation saying, hey, I think I need to probably take this step too. And so I imagine there's baptisms coming up the next couple Sundays even. Yeah. So don't wait.
Yeah, I know the family that you're talking about and just got a chance to meet them probably 4 weeks ago, and knowing that they are an intentional family. I mean, you can see it in their dynamic. I know they're fostering a child right now, but to hear the story of them valuing the intentionality of a local church, impressing upon their people of how important that is, but also the fact that our church has those people here that value the gospel and are ready to go out into the community and share that. That's just a testament, one, to God's goodness and grace toward us, but of course also what a boon for us and ministry staff to know people get it and they understand it, and we're here to equip the saints, and we get to see these saints doing this, and that's an incredible thing for us to be encouraged by, and then also seeing a family living it out in that way, and hopefully finding connections here through our Fostering Hope community and all of those things. Just seems like a really God-ordained moment, hopefully.
Yeah, definitely a proud pastor moment.
For sure.
Yeah.
What about you? What was your proud pastor moment?
Man, just the worship team working so hard. Countless.
Because you had like 2 full crews, and
both crews did an incredible job. The one in the gym and the one in the worship center.
Yeah.
And doing the exact same set. Just a lot of hard work and dedication and sacrifice and rehearsals and learning new stuff. But my biggest thing was like, they're not there to perform. Yeah. They're there to lead people in worship, really trying to instill that in them. And they got it. That's exactly what they were there for. And so that was a cool moment.
I mean, even back to Good Friday.
Yeah.
I mean, every one of those worship experiences were, we're not doing it for like emotion or experience, but they were great opportunities for us to gather and worship. And we weren't sung at, it wasn't a performance, worship ministry led in worship. And I mean, I appreciate that so much.
No, I got here, what was it, 5 o'clock Sunday morning. I was the only people.
It's a weird flex, by the way.
The only people did not beat me was Aaron. Aaron was here before me.
Okay.
And then Bill, facilities.
Yeah. Tech and facilities. They're usually the first ones and then the last one out.
Exactly.
Both of them. Yep.
Bill was blowing the sidewalk, and it's like I had like a white undershirt on, and I was trying not to put my jacket on yet, and he's like, he was all dirty and sweaty. He's like, "Give me a hug, Happy Easter." I'm like, I'll hug you later, man. But it was really cool. Yeah. It was just a good weekend. You're going to be tired. That's part of it, but it's so worth it to be able to lead the congregation, to be able to preach the word, to be able to meet people the next steps station. So what's the next step for us here? We're finishing Exiles. You're in the sermon series. Yeah. Where can we look forward to?
We're not finishing Exiles yet.
Right, we're on the way.
We're on the way. Yeah. In God's providential plan, right? I wish I could say I mapped this out to be a perfect alignment. I can't. I just go into the text. We're walking through 1 Peter. The very next passage is always be ready to give a reason for the hope that is in you. After we've just come off Easter and talked about the hope of the resurrection, and now here's the charge to the church as we're living in this world, as we're facing the challenges of the day. There's going to be people that are going to see something different about you, and it's because of what Jesus has done. Yeah. So be ready to give a defense for the hope that's in you. That's pretty cool. That's just the very next thing. For sure. So if you haven't been in Sunday morning with us, I think the win here is that you get to jump back into just the regular rhythm of life. We didn't want to can something different and try to make it feel forced. We're just going to jump back in. And so we're in 1 Peter chapter 3. We're talking about what it means to be a Christ follower in the world. And even though we're going to face moments of suffering and hardship, God's called us to live for his glory. And there's a hope that we can walk with. Yeah. The tomb is empty and he's alive. We can have hope that the world needs. Yeah. And so we live that out. And so I just love that we're at that point now where it's like, okay, people are going to notice it. You got to be willing to give a reason for the hope that you have. Let's live it out boldly. And so that's where we're going Sunday. It's going to be a kind of a neat connection to Easter.
What was the quote that somebody said to you about hope? Do you remember what that was? You told us earlier.
Yeah, a guy, he came up and introduced himself to me, not a part of our church. He goes to a local church in the area, but somebody invited him. He said, man, I'm in sales, and I tell people all the time that hope is not a strategy. He said, but I'm sitting here listening to this message, and he said, it's not a strategy, but it's the catalyst for all of it. I'm like, hope is the catalyst for why we do what we do. Like Christ has brought a living hope. I mean, that's exactly what Peter's driving home in this letter, is that we have a living hope because of Christ, and so we can live in hope because of Christ.
Amen. So we have the Discover series coming up on Wednesday. What does that look like, and how can they get involved with that?
Yeah, so Discover series is actually just kind of this longer, more extrapolated version of our Discover Lunch material. So it's going to be over several weeks. And typically what we do at Discover Lunch is we just try to host families, individuals that are interested in becoming part of Fruit Cove, exploring what that looks like. But we cover our basic doctrinal beliefs, some of the foundational things that we hold dear, some of the history of the church, all of those things. And so for the Discover series, we get to spend more time on that. So it's going to be over the course of several weeks, closing out our midweek rhythm in the worship center. For those that have been in there for the Nehemiah series, I know that wrapped up and it was a great series with a lot of awesome teachers involved. But this will end the semester. But this first week be deep diving into what we believe here at the church. Yep. I think next week's campus tour. There's a great opportunity to follow Jonathan Wilson and others around campus because I hear he gives a good tour.
That's awesome.
And so excited for a number of people to be a part of that. But really, it is an opportunity to just learn more about the church. You could have been here for a long time and just not know all of these things. And so come and explore, learn. That's really what the Discover series is about.
It's great.
Yeah.
And we just got through really going through the Nehemiah series. It was really good to hear different perspectives from different people. And I even got to talk, which was
the worship pastor was teaching. It was
scary for me. I'm like over preparing for like a final exam.
Can I just sing this? I'm like, well, you could. It'd be weird, but
what was great was like only 3 points of heresy in the whole thing, right? Like, I mean, you did well. We were very, very proud.
We've already rebuked you for that, so you're good. No, I think it's good to be able to go through expository preaching and teaching, and then having not a break, but just saying, hey, this is who we are, this is what we believe, and this is why we believe it. It's really cool.
So like the Nehemiah group, we're going to funnel into there as other adult groups finish midweek, because midweek's going to continue till kind of mid-May, right? And so family ministry, student ministry, all those things are going to keep happening. And so people that are in an adult group, they can just jump in, and every night's going to be kind of standalone. So you don't have to do the whole series. You can jump into individual ones. One of the nights we're going to do campus tours, and that is my most... It's really enjoyable to watch. Usually it's Jonathan Wilson walking around, and he's got it's like a little tour guide. He needs a little flag, kind of leading the posse around. We're expecting a lot of people, so we're going to have like tour groups and just tell them the history. Yeah. But we have people that, a church this size, you come in, you go to your group, you check your kids in, you sit and worship, but you don't linger and go peek in all the windows and look in all the class areas. And so there's a lot of people that have never seen the Cove, which is our counseling center. A lot of people haven't seen the fitness, the Fruit Cove fitness area. It's like a mini CrossFit box. There's the gym. I had somebody ask me yesterday, like, it's in a gym. Where's a gym? Yeah. Like, it's on the second floor of the Rock. You have a gym on the second floor?
Like, what's the Rock?
Yeah. And so we want to walk around and just see the different places and give people an opportunity to get to experience it. We're also going to try to, for these tours, set up a space that's kind of a distant tour of 16 and 16A, and look at our property, look at what potentially could go down there, and just give people an opportunity to interact with that and when they're in. So that's going to be fun. But then we're ending it, the very last one, like May 13th or something like that. It's a night of worship, and kind of go back a little bit and pull some oldies out and have some time. So we're not going to say it's a hymn sing, because you're probably going to do more than that.
I've done hymn sings before, and they're great. The only thing that scares me when you do a hymn sing and you open the hymnal, this is when we used to all, have hymnals, and it's like hymn 499. And it's
there's no way I would do that.
Yeah, and it's like, I've never heard this song. Yeah. And you try to play it, and you're like, all right, I think I can do it. But then you have to sing it while you're playing it, a song you've never, and it's like, oh man. Yeah. Or there's one person's like, hey, let's sing "Oh Canada," because that was always in the back of the Baptist hymnal. It's like, why are we? I love Canada, but why are we doing that right now? This is a hymn sing.
Probably hard pass on
It's like
Canada.
The hymn sing version of Freebird.
Oh man,
someone's always yelling in the back.
Freebird. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
RJ, talk to us about next steps, and you really kind of host that on Sunday mornings. So you're there at the Next Step stations. What would be a next step for somebody that's just joined us for Easter or Good Friday?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the big thing is just connection. And so we're out there at the Next Step station, myself or one of our other ministers or directors, and we're there to connect, to understand a little bit more about where you might be coming from spiritually, what your questions are, if you're interested in baptism, what that looks like. And that leads us to the next step being conversation. And so we do our best to follow up with them, schedule an opportunity to visit with them, just learn about their story, learn who they are, what God's been doing in their lives. If it's a recent call to faith, if they've submitted to the Lord for their salvation, being able to counsel them as to what that looks like. And that next step, of course, for us would be to encourage them to be baptized. If they are following Jesus but have never been baptized, we get to walk through why we find that so important and why we do it by immersion and why that means so much to us. And again, if they are a long time attender here, or if they're new to the area and they're a follower of Jesus and they are baptized, but they're looking for a church home, that next step for us is how do we get you plugged in here and let this be your family? Right. That's really the opportunity that we get to have, especially as part of the Next Steps function.
Thank you, RJ, for being here. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I just want to take a moment to really brag about our Connect group leaders here. I think they do an incredible job. I think it's been a privilege to step into this role and inherit this group of really dedicated individuals, couples, even family members that are sharing their lives, their resources, their time, their energy, their gifts with other people seeking to build community here at Fruit Cove. And understanding that it's not just about time together on a Sunday, but it is about a larger church getting smaller. It is about trying to facilitate those conversations to where you can deepen your faith, have someone that you can turn to, especially when you want the accountability or maybe don't even know you need the accountability, just to pursue Jesus better and to have more of him in your life. And they get that. And I'm just very proud to be able to partner with them in this. And so for me, I'm really looking forward to April 19th because we get to host our first Connect group equipping luncheon since I've been here. And it's the first opportunity that I've gotten to be able to invest in them in more of a large group fashion and really just seek to encourage them. But hopefully, of course, train them on a couple of things, but spend time with them. Like, that's a big deal. Getting them all in the room. And we're inviting, of course, our Connect group leaders, but also our care group leaders that are involved in our Connect groups, and some of the co-teachers, everyone who's involved in the Connect group stratosphere, if you will, just to be involved here for that first equipping luncheon. And so, again, that's going to be on April 19th, and really looking forward to that weekend and just getting to spend time with people that make my job really, really fun.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm thankful for that group because discipleship, it permeates every part of our church, and for those teachers to give of themselves so much, it's a blessing to see, but also it helps not just reinforce, but it helps us be who we're called to be. Because big church becomes small when you get in community, and having these groups, having these community groups, so many other voices that are speaking in and teaching and discipling others, like it's a significant part of who we are. And so I'm so glad you're leading that. Yeah,
and it's a privilege. And I would say one thing too obviously someone in my role in particular, but I think for all of us is just seeing how well they care for each other. Right? Like, they're shepherding in the midst of these groups, and we have the privilege of shepherding them, but seeing what they do and how they invest, man, that really like gets you jazzed for what we do. And they get it, they understand it, they want to be a part of it and give of themselves freely for it. And I think that's always not just an encouragement, but a continued challenge for me personally too.
Question for both of you. If somebody came on Easter but didn't know if they wanted to come back, what would you encourage them to do? Maybe they're kind of Christmas, Easter only, and they really just kind of see those big cornerstones as being the time to go to church. But what would you encourage them to do to come back?
I'd say so often if somebody has that disposition, they've kind of got it in their mind that they don't need church.
Yeah.
That this is just a cultural thing that I do. And the reality is we need Jesus.
Yeah.
Right. But one of the primary gifts that we've been given is the community of faith, right? We cannot follow Jesus effectively if we're trying to follow him by ourselves.
Yeah.
And so my encouragement is don't wait till Christmas to jump back in, but to understand that there's a lot of just broken people like anybody else here, right? This isn't going to be a place of perfect people.
Right.
It's not going to be a place that we get it right all the time, but it's a group of people trying to follow after Jesus, and we're trying to do it together. And so there's a refining in that. There's a sharpening in that. There's support in it.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a member actually in our worship team who got pretty tragic news right after he came off the platform in one of our services about a family member, and just the community that immediately can wrap around in that. The support and knowing that you're not alone, and the not just accountability. People don't like that word, but the growth that can happen when you're opening the Word and you're trying to pursue Jesus in the community of the church. And so don't miss that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, one of the scary parts about Christianity for most people, especially from a cultural perspective, is the fear of being known. And so the thing to me that's most encouraging too about the gospel is that we're fully known, yet still fully loved.
Yeah.
And so the Lord sees that. He's provided a way for us through his Son. And that is the thing that we are allowed and asked to receive.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, we're able to ask Christ to become our Savior and be made right. But that continuing message that my shame doesn't define me, his love for me defines me. I'm his. And so the encouragement I would have for those that are here for just those two, they're looking for something.
Yeah.
Even if they're here with maybe just a family member that they know they need to be there because it's just one of those situations where it's expected.
Yeah.
But there's still a reason. And I think the Lord can use those moments to just remind us of the fact that if nothing else, that family member knows and loves you in spite of everything you might be going through.
Yep.
And so they want you here and they want you to hear that message. So be encouraged to come and hear the message more. But more than that, what about those that have invited them?
Yeah.
Like for me, the encouragement and the challenge would be if it was a neighbor that you invited and they came with you, what's your next step with them? Mm-hmm. Is it going to be like, hey, I did my duty, they came, great, we're done? No, I would say just continue having the conversation. You invited them for a reason. They were on your heart for a reason. The Holy Spirit led you to ask them, and the Holy Spirit emboldened you to ask them to come with you. What now?
Yeah.
Right? Like, what conversation can I continue to have? How can I be encouraged to continue encouraging them to explore this faith?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because you obviously care about them enough to where you put yourself out there
Absolutely.
to extend the invitation. Now, do I continue to care enough to say, I'm going to expose myself a little bit more when it comes to, hey, this is what I really believe about this.
Yeah.
Jesus knows me, still wanted me. He saved me.
Yeah.
He knows you, still wants you, and he can save you. So how can I continue doing life with that person without it being this high pressure situation, but not a situation where I step back and say, I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable.
Right.
Because I would say too, most people, if we're being honest, they want to be pressed by people that care for them because they know that they're cared for versus, oh, well, that was really nice of them to invite me and now they're just leaving me alone. Like, I don't know that really extends the full gospel message at that point, other than, oh, that was really nice of them to include me. We want to include, of course.
Yeah.
But that only points to the greatest inclusion, which is the fact that, Christ extended this invitation.
That's good. RJ, thanks for being here. Thanks for all you do for discipleship. Pastor Heath, I know you're tired. You've had a long weekend as well.
It's been a great weekend.
It has. It really has. It's been fun.
I think Luke needs to go take a nap.
Yes, please.
Among other things.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.